students, welcome back again. I hope you all are doing good. Good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with the new topic, that is types of partnership firms. In our previous class we have studied about partnership form of business. We have seen the definition, features, merits and demerits of it. And today we are going to continue the same topic, under which we are going to start the next one, that is types of partnership firms. Students, in this we will see how many types of partnership firms are there. Okay, there are different types of partnership firm on different basis. Let us start now. The topic is types of partnership firms. You can see the flow chart given below. Types of partnership. Basically, there are two types of partnership. Okay, the first type is based on duration. Okay, on the basis of duration, and the second type on the basis of liability. So the first type of partnership is based on the duration, time period. Okay, and the first type is based on the duration and the second type is based on the liability. Okay, liability means the amount or the sum of amount which we are liable to pay. Okay, so under the first category, on the basis of duration, again the partnership firm is of three types. The first is partnership at will. Okay, will अपनी इच्छा से, okay, जो होती है partnership at will. Fixed period partnership. Fixed period partnership means partnership for a fixed period of time. Third is particular partnership. Okay, particular partnership means partnership which is done for a particular reason, for some reason. Okay, now the next is on the basis of liability. On the basis of liability, there are two types of partnership forms. First is general partnership and the next is limited partnership. We are going to see all these types of partnership in detail now. Okay, let us start with the first category, that is classification on the basis of duration. Okay, so partnership firm, there are, see students, there are different types of partnership firms, right? So these partnership firm, okay, 1, 2 and 3, these partnership firms are based on the duration, on the time period of the time period for the for running the business. Okay, the business is run for how long. Okay, so these three partnership firm are basically based on the time period, duration. Okay, now the first is partnership at will. See, partnership at will means what? अपनी इच्छा से जो होता है. Okay, so what does this partnership firm says? This type of partnership exists at the will of partners. Okay, at the will of partners and continue for unlimited time. See students, partnership at will means जो पार्टनर्स हैं वो अपनी इच्छा से वो फर्म को क्रिएट करते हैं. ओके, फॉर देयर बेनिफिट एंड they continue for unlimited time. Like it is not based on any specific time period. Okay, it has unlimited time. मतलब जब तक वो चाहें they can continue the firm. When they want to close the firm or they want to dissolve the firm, they can give the notice and mutually they can dissolve the firm, right? So partnership at will means the partnership exists, or the partnership firm means this firm is built on the desire of the partner. Okay, now the next is fixed period partnership. Fixed period partnership, as the name suggests, it is for a fixed period of time. Okay, this firm is set up for a fixed period of time. See the explanation. The partnership formed for a specific period of time, say 3 years or 5 years, etc. This partnership gets terminated on expiry of that time period. Very simple, means this firm is created for a specific time period. Okay, like in this, the first one we have seen that they have unlimited time. Unlimited time means till the time they want to continue. Okay, they can continue the business. But in this but in the second type of partnership, the partnership is done for a fixed period. Okay, let's say for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be, it depends upon the partners. Okay, and when the time period will get over, see the next line, this partnership gets terminated on expiry of that time period. Means when the time period will get over, then automatically this partnership will come to an end, right? Means after 3 years, or if a partnership firm is built and the partnership is for 3 years, then after 3 years the firm will dissolve and the firm will close down, right? Now the third is particular partnership. See, this type of partnership is formed by specified objective and come to an end after accomplishment of the objective. Means this type of partnership firm is generally formed for accomplishing some objective, means for some particular purpose this partnership is done. Okay, they have an objective behind it. Like, see, I'll give you an example. If two person, like, they have jointly like they have entered into a contract for construction of a bridge. Okay, so what is the objective here? What is the main purpose of creating the partnership firm here? That they want to build the bridge, right? So for that particular reason, they have created this partnership. And when the construction of bridge will be done, then automatically this partnership firm will get dissolved. Okay, so that means what? That particular partnership is a type of partnership which is generally formed for a particular reason. Okay, for like to achieve a specific objective. Okay, and when the objective is achieved, when their work is done, when their work is complete, the partnership gets over, right? So these were the three types of partnership firm on the basis of duration. Okay, it's very simple, students. Now the second type of partnership firm is on the basis of liability. Okay, let us see now. There are two types of partnership firm, general partnership and limited partnership. Let us start with the first one, general partnership. What does this partnership say? See, liability of partnership is unlimited and joint. See, in general partnership, the liability is unlimited and joint. Means, let's suppose I told you, like if in an organization there are two partners, okay, partner A and partner B, and their liability is what? Their liability is unlimited and joint. Unlimited means, it means that when they have to pay the debts, okay, they have to pay the debts by using their business property also, and if they are unable to pay the debts by using their business property, then even they have to sell out their personal property also to pay the debts. As we have seen this point in, like, from starting from sole proprietorship, joint Hindu family business, partnership, this point is repeated again and again. So unlimited liability term is very clear to you, right? It means that whatever the debts are there, the partner has to pay the debts, and if they are not able to pay the debts, then they have to sell out the assets of the business also. Means from the business property they have to pay the debts, and if the business property is also not sufficient, means they have to use their personal property also to pay the debts, right? So in general partnership, all the partners, okay, all the partners have unlimited liability. Okay, and the liability is joint, means they are joined together and they have unlimited liability, right? Now the second point is, each partner participates actively in business management. Means each partner participate, means all the partners have equal right to participate in the management of the business. It means that all the partners participate in the management. Okay, means every partner has the right to manage the activities of the business and to take important decisions about the business. Okay, now the third point is, registration is optional. As we have studied in the definition and in the features part itself, that partnership, in the partnership firm, the registration is not compulsory. Okay, the firm can do the registration of the of their business, or it is optional, right? So general partnership is a type of partnership firm, okay, in which registration is optional, means if they want they can do it, otherwise it's okay. Now the next point is the continuity of business is affected by the death, lunacy, insolvency or retirement of the partners, means the continuity of the firm, means the continuity of the business will get affected. Okay, if for example there are two partners in a firm, okay, partner A and partner B, and by some reason partner B, okay, is not well, or due to the death of the partner, or the partner become insolvent, or he like goes bankrupt, or else partner get retired from the firm, in that case only one partner will be left. Okay, so in that case this partnership will come to an end and the business will ultimately close. So these things affect the continuity of the business. Okay, so this was about general partnership firm. Okay, now coming to the next one, that is limited partnership. Okay, limited partnership, the first point is liability of at least one partner is unlimited, whereas the others may have limited. Okay, see students, in this general partnership we have seen that liability of partnership is unlimited, means all the partners, okay, all the partners have unlimited liability. Like if in an organization there are 3 partners, then all the 3 partners have unlimited liability. Now in limited partnership, as the name suggested, limited, okay, in limited partnership liability of at least one partner is unlimited, one partner is unlimited and others partner have limited liability. It means that if in an organization there are 3 partners, then one partner will have unlimited liability and the other 2 partners will have limited liability. What does that means? One partner will have unlimited liability, means if in case they have to pay the debts, then they have to if they are not able to pay the debts, then they have to use the business property also, and if the business property is also not sufficient, they has to use their personal property also. So it will be done by only one partner, and the other partner have limited liability, so they will suffer the loss or they have to pay the debts according to their share in the business. Okay, there is no need of using their personal property. Understood? Now see the next point. The partners with limited liability do not have right to manage the business. Okay, as here we have studied that all the partners have the right to manage the business, but in this the partners who have limited liability, okay, the partners whose liability is limited, they are not allowed to manage the activities of the business. They are just for a partner's sake, like they will contribute the capital, okay, they will do all other stuffs, but they are not permitted to manage the activities of the business. Okay, now see the next point. Registration is compulsory. See, as we have studied in the general partnership that the registration is optional. Okay, it is optional, it is not compulsory, but in the case of limited partnership it is compulsory for the firm to get itself registered. It is compulsory, right? Now see the last point, that is continuity of partnership business does not get affected by the death, lunacy or insolvency of the partner with limited liability. See students, in this we have studied that continuity of the business will get affected in case of death, retirement, etc. of the partners, but in limited partnership firm the continuity of partnership business does not get affected if any death, lunacy, insolvency of partner with limited liability. Okay, if the limited liability partners, like limited liability partners are there who have limited liability, if in case any death incurs or they retire from the job, then there is no problem, the business will still continue. Okay, so the business will not get affected if the limited, if there comes any change with regard to the limited partners. Okay, limited liability partners who have limited liability. Okay, here we are not talking about unlimited liability partner, here we are talking about the partners who have limited liability. If something happens to them, then business will not get affected, business will still tend to continue, right? So these were the two categories of partnership firm which we have studied on the basis of duration and on the basis of liability. Okay, this is known as the different types of partnership firms which we have studied now. Now coming to the next topic, that is type of partners. See students, do not get confused between these two topics. This is types of partnership firm. Firm means organization, means how many types of partnership organizations are there. We are talking about organization, but in this we are talking about how many types of partners are there in the organization. There are different types of partners in the organization. So we will see what are the different partners in the organization. These partners are categorized, okay, on the basis of different aspect. See, on the basis of capital contribution, on the basis of managing the business, profit sharing, liability. In this we can find out these are the types of partners. Okay, here these are the various types of partners in the partnership firm. Here we will try to understand whether the partners, okay, whether the partners contribute the capital or not, okay, whether the partners manage the business or not, whether the partner share the profit or loss or not, and whether the partner have limited or unlimited liability. Okay, we'll get to know about all these. Let us start with the first one. The first type of partner is active partner. By the word itself you can identify active, who remains very active in everything. So active partner is the one who contributes the capital, means who invest the money in the business. Okay, they invest the money in the business. Next is participate in management of the firm, means they have the right to manage the activities of the business. Okay, they can manage the activities of the business and they can take the decisions regarding the business. They share profits and loss of the business. Whatever the profits and loss will be there, they will share the profit, and if the loss is also there, then they will bear the loss also. And active partner have unlimited liability. Okay, I have cleared you already about the unlimited liability concept. Okay, now this was about the active partner. Active partner contribute the capital, they have the right to manage the business, they share the profit and loss, and they have unlimited liability. Coming to the next one, that is sleeping partner or the dormant partner. By the word itself you can identify sleeping partner. Okay, sleeping partner does what? They contribute the capital, means they also invest the money, okay, in the partnership firm. Does not take part in day-to-day activities of the business, means sleeping partners, as the name suggests, they do not work. Okay, they do not take part in managing the activities of the business, they don't take any important decisions of the business, they just contribute the money. And the next is they share the profit and loss. Okay, and the last is they also have unlimited liability. Okay, that's very simple. Now the third is secret partner. Okay, secret partner, by the word itself you can identify. See, what does they do? First is contributes capital and is unknown to general public, means secret. By the name itself, these partners have secret identity. Okay, it is their identity is not revealed to the public. Okay, they contribute the capital but their identity is secret, it is not revealed to the public. Okay, they participate in the management. Okay, they share the profit and loss, and they have unlimited liability. Okay, you have to memorize all these. Okay, it's very easy to memorize in this way, right? Now coming to the next, that is partner by estoppel. See, partner by estoppel do not contribute capital but by his words or conduct impress other to be a partner, means partner by estoppel is one kind of partners who do not contribute money, okay, in the business, but by his words or his conduct, means by his behavior, he presents himself like a partner. Okay, he impress other to be a partner, means in front of others he give a gesture of a partner. Okay, but actually they are not. Now the next is do not participate in management. They do not take participation in management, they do not do any activity of the business, they do not share profit and loss. As I told you, if they are not investing the money, they are not contributing the money, then how they will enjoy the profit? Okay, so they will not enjoy any profit, and in the same way they will not suffer any losses. They have unlimited liability also. The next is partner by holding out. Partner by holding out means do not contribute capital, he does not deny others to represent him as partner. It means that they also do not contribute capital, they do not invest money in the business, but he does not deny the business organization to represent him as a partner. Means the business organization can represent him as a partner, okay, but he will not contribute any capital. He will not participate in management also, he will not do any managing activities, okay. A management, he will not manage any activities of the organization, and plus he will not share any profit or loss. As I told you, the person who is not contributing any capital, not contributing any money, then how will they enjoy the profits, right? Plus they have unlimited liability. The next is a nominal partner. See, nominal partner means do not contribute capital. This partner also do not contribute capital. He allows to use his name. See, in this case what happens, the person allows the business firm to use their name. For example, like in the case of famous personality or big personality, like for example in the case of celebrity, they become the partners with the organization. They do not contribute any money, but the business organization uses their name, right? Now the next is they do not participate in management of the business, right? Very correct. They will not manage any activities of the business, generally do not share any profit or loss. Whatever the profit or loss which are gained by the company, they do not share anything. Unlimited liability, they have unlimited liability. Now the last is minor partner, okay. Minor partner are the partner who are just below the 18 years of age, right? So these partners are the one who do not contribute capital, do not participate in management, share its profit and not the losses, okay. These partners are the partners who actually do not invest any money, who do not take part in management, share its profit and not the loss. Means if the profit happens, then these partners can enjoy some profit but not the losses. They do not bear any loss because they are the minor partner, okay, and they have unlimited liability, right? So these were the different types of partners: active partners, sleeping partners, secret so these were the types of partners, okay. Active partners, sleeping partners, secret partners, partner by estoppel, partner by holding out, nominal partner and minor partner, okay. All these partners do different activities for the business, and this can be categorized on different bases, like they contribute capital or not, they manage the activities of the business or not, they share the profit and loss or not, and their liabilities limited or unlimited. In this 4 criteria you can very well understand about all these partners, okay. It is easy, very easy to memorize. Just go and look again all the terms carefully, you will understand surely. Now, we will move towards the last topic of partnership organization, that is formation of partnership firm, means how this partnership firm is formed. Let us begin. The first is partnership deed. What is partnership deed, students? Let us see. The written agreement or on a stamped paper which specifies the terms or conditions of partnership is called the partnership deed. As I told you in the first introduction, in the definition part of the partnership, that in partnership there is no legal formalities, okay. No complex legal formalities are there, even registration of the firm is also not required, but there is a contract between all the partners. Means if in an organization there are 3 partners, then all the 3 partners have to sign a contract, okay. There is an agreement among themselves, okay. So that agreement, okay, that document or the written agreement is known as partnership deed, right? So what is partnership deed? Partnership deed is the written agreement, okay, the agreement which they have made on a stamped paper, okay, which specifies the terms and conditions of the partnership. Means what does that written agreement, that is an agreement, right? In agreement there are different terms and conditions of partnership, what has to be followed and what should not be followed. All those terms and conditions of the partnership are mentioned in the agreement. That agreement is known as partnership deed. Now let us see what the agreement contains, okay. See, it generally includes the following aspects, means the partnership deed, okay, the agreement which is signed by by all the partners, okay, that agreement contains different things. What does that contain? See, the name and address of the firm, okay, the agreement will contain the name and the address of the firm. What is the name of the firm, what is the address of the firm, okay, the name and the address of the partners, okay, all the partners name will be mentioned in the agreement, their address will be mentioned, duration of the partnership, okay, how much time period the partnership will continue, for unlimited time or for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, okay, it depends upon them. Contribution of capital by partners, how much money each partners are contributing, that also will be written. Profit and loss ratio, in what ratio profit and loss will be distributed, that will also be written in the agreement. Terms relating or terms relating or salaries, drawing interest on capital, terms relating on, this is not or, terms relating on salaries, drawing interest on capital and interest on drawings of partners, okay, terms relating on salary, how much salaries they will get, okay, how much interest they have to pay, okay, so all these will be written. Duties and obligations of the partner, what are the duties and responsibilities of all the partners, it will be mentioned. Terms governing admission, retirement and expulsion of a power, okay, in the case of admission of new partner, if in case the partner gets retired, an expulsion of the of a power, so in that case different rules and regulations are there. And the last is method for solving dispute. If any like disputes happen, if any conflicts arises among the partners, then how it should be solved, that method is also written, etc. There are many more aspects which are written in the agreement. So these are the different aspects which are written in the agreement, okay, which is made by the partners, and that agreement is known as partnership deed, right? Now, registration of partnership, as I told you, it is not compulsory to register, but it is optional, okay, they can register themselves if they want. See, registration is not compulsory, as I told you, it's not compulsory, but it is always beneficial to get the firm registered, but it is always beneficial, right, to get yourself registered legally, okay. Now, as we have studied, it is not compulsory, okay, but you can register the firm for the benefit of the organization. Now, the consequences of non-registration, if by chance you have not registered your firm, then you have to bear some consequences, okay, problem can arise, okay, and at that time you can at that time you face some consequences. What are the consequences? Let us see. A partner of an unregistered firm can't file suit against the firm or the partner. See, filing, if the firm is unregistered, okay, they have not registered themselves, then what can happen, what problem can arise? See, a partner of an unregistered firm means a partner, okay, of the firm can't file suit against the firm or the other partner, means they can't file any case. They can't file any case. If something wrong happens, then the other partner cannot file any case in the name of the firm, also in the name of the other partner also. For example, if in the firm there are two partners, partner A and partner B, if something wrong happens, then partner A cannot file the complaint against partner B, and even he cannot file the complaint against the firm also, right? Now, the next is the firm can't file suit against third party. See, in firm, the firm deals with the outsider, okay, different business organization or different clients, okay, they are the third party, okay. So if something wrong happens, then they cannot file case against the third party also, the outsider also with whom they are dealing, okay, so they cannot file the charge against them. The third is the firm can't file a case against its partner. Like if the partners are dishonest or they do something wrong for the business, then the business firm cannot file case against the partners, okay, means the here as we study, partners cannot file case against the firm, and in the same way the firm cannot file the case against its partner, and the firm cannot file case against the third party, means they will not be able to file case if something wrong happens. They will not be able to file case against the partners, they will not be able to file case against the firm, they will not be able to file case against the third party or the outsider. So they have to bear some consequences for non registration of the firm. If they have not registered the firm, do not register their firm, then they can, like, they have to bear these consequences if it arises, right? So this was the end of partnership form of business organization. Okay, students, so today we have studied about types of partnership firm, okay, types of partnership firm, and types of partners, formation of partnership firm, how partnership firm is formed, what is the agreement, okay, registration, and what are the consequences of non-registration. This is the end of partnership form of business organization. So till now, students, we have completed 3 forms of business organization, okay, that is sole proprietorship, joint Hindu family business, and partnership. We have completed 3 type of forms of business organization. Okay, that was it for today. Thank you.